Good morning, it's day 26 on the AT. We are getting ready to leave Wyabald Shelter and head out. There's two options today. We can do 5 miles and go to Silver Spring Shelter, or we can do 11 miles and go to the Wester Bald Shelter. Probably going to be a slow day today. It was so windy last night that we rarely slept. I actually got up this morning, woke up about 6:45. People were stirring around camp, and I was up to about 7:15, and I was like, nope, I'm going back to bed. So I fell back asleep and woke up about 8 o'clock. And that was probably the best 45-50 minute nap that I've had all night due to the wind. Chance of rain today. It's like a 30-ish% chance of rain this afternoon, and it's supposed to be very cold tonight, so it's going to be fun times. But we'll make it. Camp is pretty much vacant. I don't know if you can see. It's almost 10 o'clock, I believe. I think it's like 9:40-ish, something like that. Most people got out of camp by 8:30, but we took our time this morning, so crawling down the rock. All right. I'm going to fill my pockets with my food for the day, and that's what this looks like. We have Snickers, nuts, Slim Jims, breakfast bar, just things that are easy to grab and eat while we're walking, or we don't have to dig through our packs when we get to a place to sit down. All right, y'all, it is day 26, and we're getting back on trail. This is our treadway this morning. So we're walking out of Wyabald Shelter. Had a couple little humps, but nothing big. It's been pretty decent trail this morning. Definitely see the signs of spring as all the trees are starting to green out and bud out, and we've seen a couple Easter lilies or daffodils, whatever you want to call them, on trail over the last week. And there's been some pretty purple flowers, I think was in my video from yesterday, that we saw on top of Wyabald. All right, I think we're going to be climbing this hill over here. So one thing that we stopped doing was looking at the elevation map, because you just don't want to really see how far. I think the last time we looked was when we were going up Albert Mountain to the fire tower for the 100 miles. That was extremely steep, whatever it was, 400 something elevation and like a quarter mile. It was pretty much straight up rock scramble-ish type stuff, but it was hard but fun, and we made it. So all of these inclines going up don't really compare to having to shimmy up rocks, but they're still hard on the calves and the legs anyhow. So I think I said before that I've been watching a bunch of YouTube hikers and do the popular ones that pretty much make their living, and then also the everyday fellows that are just filming their Appalachian Trail hike like we are. And the one thing that I think all those videos are missing was just how hard it can be. Everyone's like, oh, we feel so good, and we've had such a great day, and the views are pretty, and they never really tell you all the crap they have to go through to get to those pretty views. which is climbing up hills and having a rock scramble and try not to turn your ankle on the amount of roots that are on trail, because very rarely is the treadway flat and even. But we are not a highlight channel. We are this is hard. It sucks. I think I've cried 3 times on trail. Sometimes just because I was so excited to make it to the top. But other times because it's so frustrating and hard. And it's like, when does this ever get easier? And when we talked to several people that have been like, well, don't you have your trail legs yet? I can tell you that we're stronger than we were when we started. But do I get up every morning and be like, yeah, let's go tackle a 2,500 elevation gain and let's do 11 miles. Nope. My legs are not excited for that. My legs are the ones that like to go into shock every time I put them back in my trail shoes. So it's a hard day every day. Some days go a little faster. Some days we take more breaks. Some days we have great views. Some days I just sit there and huff and puff and pant and suck down 3 liters of water. Just depends on what kind of day it is. But thought I'd give you guys a view of what the trail looked like right now, since I could actually film and talk and not completely hyperventilate without breathing correctly. So if you can hear my labored breathing, it's because every day we're walking. Hi, baby. All right. Phone back down. We're gonna head down trail. Happy trails. We stopped for lunch and took a little rest, a little break. I took my shoes off. Now we're getting ready to climb about 700 feet of elevation gain in 1.5 miles before we get to the shelter. So it's going to be a lot of huffing and puffing up this mountain. The shelter, what did I say it was? At 5,200 feet above elevation?
Something like that.
Yeah, so we'll be staying at over 5,000 foot tonight, which means we have to walk up to 5,000 foot. So wish us luck. Hello, welcome to the end of day 26 on the AT. We are at a campsite just north of Cold Spring Shelter, mile marker 125.6. So 125 miles on the AT. I don't know if you can see them, but my face is now being swarmed by gnats, so we'll make this quick. Low mileage day. We only did about 5 miles, a little over 5 miles today. I carried my own food today, so Eldon didn't have to carry that for me. And we made it to camp around 2:30ish. I spent about half an hour stretching and just laying on my back and trying to get more limber and stretch out our backs. And backs are really hurting. I don't know if it is because of just carrying the packs. Are we carrying too much food, too much water? It's been uphill pretty much the last 2 days. Today's uphill wasn't too bad. It was only about 1.5 miles, but it was not quite the 5 miles. Sorry, gnats are crazy. Not quite the 5 miles that we did yesterday, but still it was about 1.5 miles uphill. So we are up here on top of this ridge at a 5,200 and something. Sorry, I'm getting a text come in. But anyway, we're over 5,000 feet. It is supposed to plummet in temperatures tonight. We had 50-degree temps last night. We're supposed to be at about 29 degrees tonight. I know coming from Missouri, you guys had a cold day today as well. And I think it's just moving across the states. But what else? Not much going on. Our Tramley's way ahead of us, and Hoot is about 2 days behind us, but I'm sure he'll catch up. We are looking to get off trail Sunday evening to shower and regroup and just get a good night's sleep before we walk out of the knock. And maybe try to slack pack it. I don't know if we're going to. It just depends what the slack pack options look like. But anytime that we can drop our pack or drop our pack weight and walk, you can always walk farther, faster. Which has helped with Eldon carrying my food bag yesterday because was definitely able to walk faster. The blessing today would be, I don't know. We really didn't have any amazing things happen. I think where we stopped to have lunch at the Forest Service Road, whatever that gap was called. Burning Town? Yeah. Burning Town Gap. That was a beautiful place. Put the sleep pad underneath the tree and just was able to sit down and relax for a few minutes and have lunch. And the challenge has been just getting our legs warmed up. It seems like every morning you get out of the tent and you're walking like a baby deer, and then you take a break and your legs don't want to work again, and your brain's trying to tell your feet to keep moving forward. Eldon says the challenge is everything's uphill, and he's not wrong. But we do have quite a bit of descent tomorrow. I think our descent is about 500 feet more than our ascent. So we're going to be getting to Wesserbald, and I believe, is there a fire tower at Wesser?
That's what I saw.
Okay. I don't know if there's a fire tower or not, but it is a climb up, and they're called balds because I guess they just don't have a lot of trees on them. It's not something that we're familiar with in our area for that kind of term. But it's just a mountain. Like we've been climbing this whole time, just mountains. But Eldon's already in the tent, if you're wondering. The gnats were getting on his nerves. So he went to go get in the tent. It's only about 5:30-ish, but the temperature has already dropped probably 10 degrees. And we've had our dinner. I'm probably going to sit out here and stretch a little bit more and then get in the tent as well. We need to charge up our phones. And since we're going to be getting off on Sunday, which the text earlier was a confirmation that we got the room, because most of the hostels do text instead of phone calls or online reservations. But texting seems to work best. So we're going to be getting off Sunday evening and staying at Ramblin' Roots. At least for the night, and do a small resupply. I mean, we have enough food to get us all the way to Fontana Dam. We probably have 5 days worth of food, even though we've already been on trail for 2 days. It accumulates. I've been eating trail pizzas, and I'm on my block of cheese. I probably have maybe 5 ounces of cheese left. So definitely been eating all that weight of cheese. So hey, that's a blessing too. Our food bags are going down in weight. We carried less water today, and it didn't bother us. We had, in 5 miles, it wasn't that much. So we resupplied water once on trail, and then once when we got to the shelter. And the campsite that we're at is about a 1/4 mile past the shelter, which I'm really surprised that no one has come up here from the shelter, because the campsites at the shelter were very small, definitely meant for a one-person tent, and a lot of roots and rocks, and they weren't necessarily flat. But a 1/4 mile past that, we have this beautiful campsite that probably could fit, I don't know, 6 to 8 tents at least. And it's pretty flat. And plus you get this beautiful view behind me. So, all right, that's day 26 in the books. Good night, y'all.